You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening, it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. And welcome to this week's edition of The Mountain Gardener. Your host, Ken Lain, here talking about the landscapes throughout the mountains of Arizona and beyond. What zone are we? The mountains of Arizona. We are a zone 7B to 8, depending on your elevation, where you're at. And so what does that really mean? Zones, growing zones. So they're measuring how cold it gets in the winter. Plants have certain amounts of antifreeze in them. And so if you've got more antifreeze, it makes you into lower zones. You go to zone 5, those plants can go well below 0 degrees in the winter and still survive. Plants that are in the zone 9, 10, 11, those are Phoenix, desert plants. If you think a cold thought, they will die. I mean, it can take 0 amount of cold. Here in this Sedona, Camp Verde, Cottonwood, Prescott Valley, Prescott-Chino Valley, Paulden, go all the way over the hill to Skull Valley, Kirkland, Hillside. I see all of us in this region. Seligman. I know you guys are tuned in. You come visit us. Williams, I'm glad we saw you this week. You're going to be a zone 7 up in Williams because it's a little higher elevation. Groom Creek, zone 7. Down here, my house in Prescott, zone 8. And what they do is they measure for the last 20 years, they measure what was the coldest temperature. Whatever that was consistently, that is your zone. And so it adjusts a little bit. In fact, last year, they changed Prescott, Arizona. They changed our zone from a 7B to an 8. In other words, it warmed up a few degrees, just not much, but a little bit. So it moved us up 5-degree temperature. So we still need plants that can go down to 15 degrees. But we haven't seen a sub-zero in over a decade. And so that plays out in your zones. And that's what the zones are. Now, if you've had plants that are damaged right now, they're sick, they're heat stressed, they're showing signs of problems, they're getting thin, wispy, they aren't as full as they were before. Those are all signs of stress. Probably from winter stress. Now it's kicking out. Now that the heat is here, it's going, okay, I was stressed out before. I was dehydrated. I was damaged. But now with it's 90 degrees out, I'm going to show it off. I'm going to make sure you see I'm not happy. And so they're dropping leaves or getting thin, wispy. Those are all signs you need to act now. Don't wait. It's important. They are on their way out. They're stressed out. If you leave a stressed out tree in the yard, they will die. And they're begging for problems. Like they put out, there's some hormones that happen with plants as they get stressed out. They go, hey, I'm sick over here. Finish easy meal. All you spider mites, all you aphids, all you grubs, bark beetle, come over here. Finish me off. You won't have to struggle very much. Eat me. And so it's kind of serious. You really want to get these things turned around quickly. And so I would say the other one is if they get stressed, you're seeing a lot of mildew right now. So powdery mildew, this white coating, it's kind of pretty actually, only it suffocates the plant so it can't see any sunlight. So it just literally starves to death as this bacteria just eats the living tissue out of this plant. It is not good. You really want to get on this stuff. And when it's warm, things react quickly. So you should feel the pressure. You don't want to wait till next weekend. And I'll be back from my cruise to Alaska in 10 days. I'll just deal with it then. Don't do that. Everything grows really fast right now. You want to come in like today. Let's finish it this weekend. You want to get on that because it will compound quickly. And it's the heat that's doing that. Now, when the monsoons come, now we're transitioning here. The heat is a real benefit to us here in the Southwest. It's what draws in all the moisture. So that heat island effect just creates these environments where these clouds just start coming in and it starts to rain. We don't want rain like Texas and New Mexico have seen, but we do want some moisture and we're going to get it. We just don't know how much. If you know that's going to happen, take advantage of it. If you've got stressed out plants, There's one thing, I had a couple plants that got, I'm a gardener. I thought I had it going on. It was warmer than usual and drier this last few months. And so it damaged two plants. And so I've cut back my Atlas cedar, gave it a trim, gave it a haircut. And you know what? It darn well killed one of my olive trees. I get this beautiful decorative olive. It's in a container. It's cute as can be. It's in a tree form, little tiny cute. It's a little bit about the size of a beach ball. And then underneath it, it's got these beautiful flowers that would overflow in a beautiful cobalt red container. It's gorgeous. It screams Mediterranean. Look at me, relax and watch a sunset here. It got burned back. So here's a couple things I did for my plants. One, in the yard, it's in the ground. There, I gave those plants humic. Again, I know rain's coming. I know they're stressed out. I know they lost some root mass. And so that's the reason you're seeing this top growth stress. I need to grow the roots out. So humic is Humic, humic acid. So it looks like coffee grounds. I spread that out all underneath my plants where the roots are. It's like a fertilizer, but it feeds the ground. It feeds the worms, the mycorrhizals. It tickles the feet, the roots of plants so they want to root out. Super, super important for sick plants. Start there. Just put that on, get a bag, throw it out there. One bag covers 2,000 square feet. Probably one bag will do a whole yard. Pray for rain. It's going to make a difference. The other one I'm doing at the same time, I fertilized everything in the yard, every single plant, all my ground covers, my perennials, trees, shrubs, flowers, everything got fertilized. I thought the rains would come this last week. I was wrong. I believed the weatherman. See that? I should know better. I've been doing this for decades. The weatherman is 100% wrong, like every time. It's crazy, but it's coming next week. So I got my fertilizer on. It sits there until the rains come. You really need, when you put this stuff on the ground, put it over top of the rock. It'll activate the second we get moisture irrigation, and it'll go through the rock and the fabric. It just activates. And every time you get some moisture, because the 744 all-purpose plant food and the humic, these are both organic materials. They're not breaking down instantly all at once. They break down slowly over a season. So they just slowly go through the soil so plants can pick up this nutrient as the moisture comes. So take advantage of the rain coming. That will get things to relief, get new branches. It just gets things to reroot, add some structure to it. More foliage equals more photosynthesis, which means more roots. It just all activates to itself. If you've got something with just no leaves left, those plants, it's too late. It's dead. If you gave, I'm going to increase the water. Well, if you found a dead body, there's a dead rabbit out there, a bird or something, and you just gave it, and it died of drought, and you gave it some more water, is it going to reanimate? Neither is your plant. No, it's not going to come back to life. More water is just going to cause it to rot faster. There's a time and place where it just stops. It just dies. There's a line in the sand. And I'm always amazed at how plants, they want to come back. Any care, they will jump back to life for you. I mean, you have to want it dead. It's looking stressed. I think I'll just kill it from here. You have to physically want to kill a plant. They want to live, if at all possible. They're basically just like you and I. So if you just get ahead of it a little bit, they come back for you with a vengeance. They root out super strong. But I would right now, stressed out plants, give it humic. Second, fertilize with a 744 all-purpose plant food. And then I mentioned my olive tree. That one I cut back. It's no longer beach ball size. It actually hurts my heart saying that out loud. But I did prune it back to about, volleyball size. And now I'm amazed. It's only been a few days. I gave it some fertilizer. It has already got new foliage and it looks more balanced. It's going to be beautiful. Plants love a beautiful haircut. They feel prettier when you trim them back. Don't be afraid to trim back some branches that are dead or a lopsided. They want to feel beautiful. They don't like messy bed hair. They want beautiful rock star hair. That's where they want to go out and go, look at me. I am so beautiful. Look at this. I'm going to grow for you. I'm feeling good about myself and others. Let me just show you what I can do. And they just start taking off with new growth. We got Lisa Waters Lane coming in with your garden questions. What are others talking about?
Wondering why the grass is always greener on the other side? Well, it's probably because your neighbor used the all-purpose fertilizer from Waters Garden Center. Monsoon is right around the corner, and it's the perfect time to feed your plants. Waters all-purpose fertilizer is the only organic made especially for Arizona mountain soils. Don't buy a bunch of different fertilizer for your flowers, veggies, trees, or grass. This one does it all. The plants on your side will be happier, healthier, well, greener. Safe, natural, organic. Waters Garden Center in Prescott.
For a more fruitful garden, increased success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit watersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Waters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.